I think they're gonna blow them out.
That's just so inaccurate. Look, the final four teams, they've made it here for a reason.
Absolute fucking moron. Your
Next
opinion?
topic. Let's go. Next.
All right. Well, Dean, obviously we need to speak about college football for a little bit because it's getting big. It's
Okay.
getting to the semifinals.
We are at the semifinals, and I'm gonna plug myself in now. Both of my finals teams are still in the running.
One
Bitch.
one of my teams is still in the running, and one of your teams could get knocked down. So,
Okay. Both of my teams could get knocked out.
well, obviously,
Great argument.
but one of your teams is versus obviously one of your teams is versus my team.
Oh, Whippy. You know what? I don't like you. Let's just get into it.
All right. So we for obviously the first game, and it is at 7:30 on Thursday. It's a great game. Notre Dame versus Penn State.
Yes, yes,
Obviously,
yes.
you love your Nittany Lions.
I love my Nittany Lions. They showed, look, you can argue all you want that they played two of the easier teams in the bracket, which is not a bad argument, right? SMU definitely probably one of the easiest teams within the bracket. Boise State most definitely the easiest team out of the top four. So I get that argument. However, they're playing very good football. Their defense looks extremely well. Their offense is actually playing at a cohesive level for once, probably the most cohesive they've been throughout the entire year. And the coaching looks good as well, where a lot of people were, especially a lot of Penn State fans, were giving shit to the coach throughout the entire year. So I still love Penn State here. Notre Dame is actually favored by a point and a half here. It's a 6v7. I don't mind that. It's pretty much a pick 'em game, and I think the books got this one right. Notre Dame's defense is lights out, off the charts, absolutely insane. Held Georgia to 10 points. I get it, they're Carson Beckless, but still 10 points, which is still very impressive. I mean, just to get into it, Derek, I'm still taking Penn State. Not only am I going to take Penn State plus the points, I'm taking them the money line and I'm taking them -5. I say they win by at least 5 points.
Moron. Absolute fucking moron.
I'm doubling down.
I'm sticking with my team, Notre Dame, Fighting Irish. Obviously, what you just said, their defense is outstanding. They've been playing lights out. You're 100% right. They have been playing lights out. And I do think that they'll be able to hold Singleton, their pretty much star on their team, Penn State. Singleton, their tight end. I don't know their names off the top of my head because I don't follow like the Nittany Lions at all. But I think that Notre Dame will win. I do think they'll win in a convincing fashion. I'm not taking them plus these minus these points or anything like that. But I would take.
Oh, you puss.
No, I'll take the money line. I'll take the -1.5. But I'm not doing an alternate fucking spread to do my. I
Look, I was just doubling down on my investment into the Nittany
my
Lions.
investment. I think they're gonna win by 10 plus points.
Wow, that's just so inaccurate. Look, these two teams have very good defensive fronts. They really do, right? Both of them have been playing extremely well, particularly the last two games. You have two actually really good quarterback plays at the moment in Alar and Leonard, so I think that's going to be something to look out for as well. I'm just look. I have Penn State winning it all. I have Penn State winning this game. Me and Derek are on opposite sides of the ball here. One of us is going to be roasting the other person come next week. It'll be fun to see.
Yes, it's gonna. I think this game is very highly anticipated for even fans. They want to see this game. They want to see these two coaches go against each other. They want to see the defenses clash against each other like that, which I'm so excited for. I'm glad this is on a Thursday. Obviously, this week is full of a bunch of sports. Thursday football, Friday football, Saturday football, Sunday football, Monday football. It's great to fucking say.
It is.
Moving on from that game, we're gonna go to a shocker of a match in my eyes. Was not expecting this.
Yeah.
I did not expect Ohio State to beat Oregon
Yeah.
and to end up
In convincing fashion, mind
yes
you.
in convincing fashion, and they're taking on Texas
Yep.
to go to the championship game. Who do you
Texas,
think, Dean?
Texas Longhorns, baby. That's another one of mine. Look, gonna get right into it once again, Derek. I'm taking Texas here. I will start by stating the spreads here. Ohio State is favored by 5.5 to start. I think that's honest. I think that's very fair line. I'm surprised it's honestly not more because they blew Oregon out of the water by 20 points, and not to mention they blew Tennessee out of the water by 25 points. So it's a good line, and Ohio State is peaking at the right time. Howard looks really good. Um, Smith on the receiving core, he's one of the, if not the best receivers in college football right now, and he's showing it on Ohio State. I'm a little worried with Ewers still because he hasn't been playing great by any means. We did say that as a factor to start the college football playoffs where we were kind of worried about him because he's been playing mediocre. He hasn't really been proving otherwise that he's still mediocre. At the same time, it doesn't fit my agenda whatsoever. So I'm taking Longhorns, baby. I'm taking them plus the 5.5, and I'm taking the money line.
All right, I respect it. First, I know like I want to go with you, but I'm not gonna go with you. I do love Texas because my favorite player on Texas is the backup quarterback Arch Manning. I think we both love him.
Yep.
But I don't see Ohio State stopping. Ryan Day, their coach, that man is a different breed. What I saw him do to the number one ranked team on national television was obscene. I was not expecting that at all. I don't see them stopping. I see them winning this game with an alternate spread. Throwing a little alternate spread in this bitch. I'm taking the money line, and I'm taking Ohio State minus 10.
Oh boy, oh boy. Wow, so three straight blowouts for Ohio State you're predicting.
Yes, I do. I think they're gonna blow them out. If that, because how I see it is this, is that obviously Georgia, who Texas, not Texas, fucking who am I? Not Georgia, Oregon. Yeah, Oregon. Oregon, who Ohio State just versed. They have a great defense. We have said this in the past, and they just couldn't be stopped. Jabari Smith could not be guarded by anyone on that team. Even their other wide receivers, their tight end, they ran the ball well. Just they're firing on all cylinders in general. I don't see. Obviously, you've been saying Ewers has been struggling. If he starts off the game slow, I don't see them winning that game.
Okay. But we've said this the last 3 weeks.
Yeah, but you got to think about it. Like I don't know. Like
You're looking for a course correction, and I get it. You're looking for a deviation to the mean where, he's been outperforming a little bit, so he's got to come down, right?
yeah, yeah,
Not when the adrenaline's pumping, baby. Not when you're into the semifinals of the college football playoff, right? This is boom or bust. He's made it here. The final four teams, they've made it here for a reason.
yeah.
I don't see a blowout happening, and I think if the game's close, I think Texas wins.
I don't think so. I don't think. Now I have a question for you. This is like going off of the Texas quarterback, Mr. Ewers. Do you think if he has a bad game in this big game, it
Nope.
affects his draft? You didn't even let me finish the question, but all right, I got the
Nope.
answer.
Nope. I don't think anything what he does from here on out is going to affect his draft. He's not going in the first round. Um, just based on his play throughout the year, he was there in the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
People thought he was going to be the number one guy going into the draft. He proved throughout the year that he's more or less mediocre, and he's got a lot of work to do.
hmm
I don't think what he does in any of these rounds matters.
Yeah.
I think it could matter between maybe a second and third round pick, third and fourth round pick, but nothing that he does, in my opinion, will get him into the first round.
All right, that's fair.
So, sticking on this topic really quick, Derek, I know we spoke, it was either last week or the week previous that we were discussing whether or not the 12-team playoff um, was a failure or not, right? Because of all the first round blowouts. And I think, and you tell me if I'm wrong, I wanted a happy discussion here. I think this past week proved that the 12-team playoff worked because I don't think anybody was expecting this. All four of the top seeds, who all had buys, who all didn't play in the who all didn't play, got eliminated. Right? So I want to know your opinion. I think this helped the case tremendously. I think I loved the parity of the teams that beat them, right? You had the 5, 6, 7, and 8 all beat the 1, 2, 3, and 4, which I think is pretty cool. I think it just shows that there is a lot more competitive nature in this, especially if it was just a 14 playoff. Maybe then the real champion wouldn't have been crowned, and now we're actually seeing it.
Yeah, I think you're 100% right by saying that it fit well, because seeing the top four teams, the Boise State, the Arizona State, the Georgia, the Oregon, all those teams being knocked out by the teams that are left, the Texas, Ohio State, Notre Dame, and Penn State. It's showing that these are the best teams that are fighting for the top, that are fighting for the championship. By having the four teams, it's like, oh, these, it's pretty much those top four teams who had good scheduling are versing each other, winning, and then they determine the championship. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, look, think about it. If it was still the 14 playoff, Penn State wouldn't be having a chance right now. Notre Dame would not be having a chance right now. Ohio State, who is just completely blown up on the scene right now, would not have had a chance at all. And they blew out the 1 seed in Oregon. So I think this is a really good thing for the college football playoff. It just happens to be so in the first year that this bracket has been implemented. But I love to see it. I think it's a great thing. And hopefully we get a really good semifinal round.
I'm very excited for this. I think the semifinal round, from how like it got built up, couldn't be any better than what it is.
Yep.
I think it's perfect, and please God, NCAA, don't fuck this up and keep it in. Don't fuck this up. All right. Well,
Yes.
unfortunately, we have to move away from college football.